Yeah, baby, December 16th, out here in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I hear my cousin Kai.
Way too damn.
We out here about to go to this graduation, University of Michigan, Ann Arbor.
Look at this, man. It's ridiculous.
We cold.
Way cold.
We got about 10 feet of snow we trudging through. You know what I'm saying? They digging forts and whatnot out here.
Exactly.
But it's all in celebration of Dr. Scott.
For a reason. I'm gonna start calling her that now. Like, what's your name, Dr. Scott?
Dr. Scott. I got a question, Dr. Scott. So we're going to join everybody else inside the graduation. Of course, of course. But it's all for a good purpose. Going through this snow, this ice. We'll holler back on the inside.
Exactly.
She was on the faculty at the University of Washington in Seattle, then at Columbia, where she held the Morris A. and Alma Shapiro Chair in History. She was the first woman to hold the title of University Professor at Columbia, where she also served as Dean of the School of General Studies. Her prolific publications challenged accepted notions of medieval theology, starting with her path-breaking book in 1980, Religious Significance of Food on Medieval Women. In subsequent publications, she has argued that one of the struggles of Christian theology was its attempts to explain and celebrate the capacity of the body.
Just 6 months ago, my own research group at the National Institutes of Health, working in a wonderful long-term collaboration with Dr. Michael Behnke's research team here at the University of Michigan,
I knew she was right there.
published a paper in which we identified no less than 10 specific hereditary factors in adult-onset diabetes, a disease that causes untold and rapidly growing suffering, morbidity, and mortality. And in fact, this was a circumstance where until this year, perhaps we only knew of 3, and now we have more than tripled that amount. This was a profoundly challenging search, since the genes for a condition like diabetes are numerous, and no single gene accounts for more than a small amount of the risk. But the success of the Human Genome Project has made 2007 the annus mirabilis for uncovering hereditary risk factors in common diseases. Cancer, heart disease, asthma, the mental illnesses. These successes will lead to several major medical advances. More effective preventive medicine based on individual risks instead of one-size-fits-all. More personalized selection of drug treatments, the right drug at the right dose for the right person at the right time. And a new era of smart medicine where the treatments we offer patients are based on a detailed molecular understanding of the causes of illness instead of some empirical information. My hope is that many of you here today might get involved as researchers in these exciting next steps as we apply this revolution to human health and its advances. Enough beds, so many of the patients were actually admitted to sleep on the floor, had complicated diseases, many of them caused by a public health system that was utterly broken, and many of them with conditions that I had never seen, but only read about. And it seemed that what we were doing in this small hospital, though well-intentioned, was a tiny, tiny effect on a broken system. And I began to become increasingly discouraged. One afternoon, a young farmer was brought in by his family with very impressive and unexplained swelling of his legs. He had been healthy until a few weeks before. He was now clearly extremely ill. Going over his physical exam, I discovered something quite striking, and that is every time he took a breath, his blood pressure essentially dropped to 0. Remembering something about physical diagnosis that I had learned a long time ago, I realized that this meant he probably had a large collection of fluid around his heart, what's called a pericardial effusion, most likely caused by tuberculosis. And if not immediately attended to, he was likely not to survive more than a few days. Well, here this was, in a place that had none of the facilities that I would have been able to tap into had I been at the University of Michigan Medical Center. There was no expertise. I'd never done this procedure before. There were no imaging facilities to help be sure the diagnosis right or to guide the needle that would need to be put into place to remove the fluid. But there was no one else to do this. and adopting the view that I think many physicians have in that circumstance of trying to do the best you can when there's nobody else around, I decided to undertake this procedure. And by God's grace, the fluid did get removed, and there was quite a dramatic response. And for a few hours, I felt quite elated, like finally, there's something I have done here that has made some difference. But then I thought about it. By the next morning, the same gloom had settled over me, because here was a young man who was going to go back to the same environment. He probably wouldn't be able to pay for the drugs that he would need for his tuberculosis, or even if the tuberculosis was managed, something else would be likely to shorten his life, because this was not a part of the world where long lifespan is to be expected. And I went around that morning trying to sort of lift myself out of this gloom, and I came to his bedside. He was sitting there reading, looked up with sort of a puzzled look as I approached him, and said, "I get the feeling that you're new around here." Well, that really upset me. It was not supposed to be so obvious. Here is this young farmer who spoke wonderful English, as many in Nigeria do, with this great perception that I was the new kid in that hospital. So I stammered and said, "Well, yes, I've only been here for a few days." And then he said something I'll never forget. He said, "I get the feeling you are wondering why you came here." That really shook me up. He said, "I have an answer for you. You came here for one reason. You came here for me." And the tears welled up in my eyes, and I realized how completely off base I had been with all of my ideas about what the point of this trip was all about. It was not about to change everything in that part of the world. That was completely impossible in my short 2 weeks. It was to reach out and try to touch one person at a time. And that really is the way the world gets changed. And so as you have your great aspirations, and I want you to, and as you go out there and try to make a difference for all of the great needs our world has, and President Coleman has mentioned several of them, do that. But remember that most of the changes that happen in this world happen one person at a time, just as that young man taught me. So that was the first question. What are you going to do about your life's work? The second question. What will you do about faith? Uh-oh, not that one. But surely, these are some of life's most profound questions. Why am I here? What is the meaning of suffering? How is it that we know what is right and wrong, but we never seem to do it for more than about 30 minutes? What happens to us after we die? Is there a God? Perhaps you, like I, grew up in a home where faith played a role, but you never made it your own, or concluded that it was a fuzzy area that just made you uncomfortable. Or maybe you concluded it was all superstition, like Mark Twain's schoolboy, who defined faith as, quote, believing what you know ain't so. Or perhaps you simply assumed that as you grew in knowledge of science and other great sources of learning, that faith was incompatible with a vigorous intellect, and God was irrelevant and obsolete. You could read many books in the last 12 months that would argue that. Well, I'm here to tell you that this is not so. All of those half-truths against the possibility of God have profound logical flaws. I've written about some of those in a book called The Language of God. And in my view, there's absolutely no conflict in being a rigorous, show-me-the-data physician-scientist and a person who believes in a God who takes a personal interest in each one of us, and whose domain is in the spiritual world, a domain not possible to explore with the tools and language of science, but with the heart, the mind, and the soul. Yet it is remarkable how many of us, and I include myself in this because I was an atheist until the age of 27, it is remarkable how many of us fail to consider these questions of eternal significance until some personal crisis forces us to face our own spiritual impoverishment. Don't make that mistake. So that's the second question. The third, what role will love play in your life? First, that selfless love that Brad Vermeulen mentioned a few minutes ago, called agape, so nicely defined by C.S. Lewis. Love that extends beyond our family and friends to all the members of our extended family, the entire human race. This university and its insistence on providing educational opportunity for all stands as a beacon of enlightened social justice, but prejudice still abounds. Genetics is teaching us that there is no scientific basis for drawing precise boundaries around ethnic and racial groups, but we still seem to focus on physical differences of facial features or skin color or hair texture as if they meant something profound. They do not. We're all 99.9% identical at the DNA level. And yet, Saul Bellow was right when he said of our country, in expressing love, we seem to belong among the undeveloped countries. You have a chance to change that. And again, the way to change that, one person at a time. There's another kind of love I'd like to encourage you about, and that is romantic love, that enduring, glowing fire. The pace of modern life places romantic relationships at risk. But I don't agree with the wag that wrote, "The trouble with loving is that pets don't last long enough and people last too long." Whether you have found your life's partner or you're still looking, make that a priority. So we have work, faith, and love, the three that my Presbyterian minister's speaker referred to when I was sitting in that high school baccalaureate. But there's one other he didn't include, but I think he should have, and it was mentioned by your president. How will you make time for fun? Life is full of sobering, tragic moments. So don't forget to exercise your sense of humor. You're going to need it. Winston Churchill, who always has the best quotes for every occasion, said, "You cannot deal with the most serious things in the world unless you also understand the most amusing." But I've found, as I prepared for this, that fun is a bit of a difficult subject to lecture on. So instead, perhaps let's try to turn that into an experience.
Uh-oh. Where did he go?
So this is a song which you will recognize the tune and probably after today never again want to hear it. And I gotta tell you, this is a rush playing my guitar in Chrysler Arena. Whoa. Will somebody please lock the doors? I don't want this to slip away.
It's already on YouTube.
So this is a song for you of the student experience right here in Ann Arbor. Except for the last verse, which is for me as a genetics professor. So here we go. I came, I bought the books, lived in the dorms, followed directions. I worked, I studied hard, made lots of friends that had connections. I crammed, they gave me grades, and may I say, not in a fair way. Much more than this, I did it their way. I learned so many things, although I know I'll never use them. The courses that I took were all required. Choose them. You'll find
that's my verse. But now, my fine young friends, now that I am a full professor, where once I was oppressed, I have now become the cruel oppressor. With me, I hope you'll see the double he licks is a highway, and yes, you'll learn it's best to do it my way. Well, I'm just a man, what can I do? Open your books, read chapter 2, and if it seems a bit routine, don't talk to me, go see the dean. You cannot fail, to the victor's hail, and go do it your way.
Yo-Seok Lee, Min, Applied and Interdisciplinary Mathematics. Edmund B. Nightingale, Computer Science and Engineering. Pachara Hok Nuntramas, Economics. Pongpei Pengbanich, Nuclear Engineering and Radiological Sciences. Matthew Eric Harold Petering, Industrial and Operations Engineering. Andre Podla, Ecology and Evolutionary Biology. Nancy L. Perez, Linguistics. Yang Chu, Information and Computer Science and Engineering. Jason Herbert Radin, Near Eastern Studies. Vimal Ranchal, Economics. Jennifer S. Richler, Psychology. Paula Lynn Ross Duro, Nursing. Ricardo Antonio Rosello, Biomedical Engineering. Therese Mary Roth, Cell and Developmental Biology. Colin Thomas Roust, Musicology. Ellen Christine Scott, American Culture.
Ellen! Dr. Scott! Yeah!
Na Jim Seo, Industrial and Operations Engineering. Melissa J. Slotnick, Environmental Health Sciences. Anupap Sambudsveti, Statistics. Se Sun, Aerospace Engineering. Wei Sun, Computer Science and Engineering. Kan Takeuchi, Economics. Magnus O. Ulvarsson, Electrical Engineering Systems. Tamara J. Walker, History. Joseph Michael Wallace III, Biomedical Engineering. John Wang, Biological Chemistry. Xiao Wang.
After announcing all of these schools standing up and sitting down, the rat race begins. You go up, shake a hand, walk back down. And happens on both sides. You got your engineering on one side, this is the engineering. Shake a hand, walk back down. Up here on the top, they got nothing but the infamous split screen, so you can watch your person shake the dean's hand. So you could have flown all the way to Ann Arbor or drove all the way up here just to see your graduate shake a hand, because they don't call her name. Only for the documents. That's why we cheer on Ellen. This is whack. Imagine if my name wasn't called at my graduation. I wouldn't have had the opportunity to be on the cover of the graduation program. Matter of fact, 2 graduation programs. But then again, nobody's really here. And why would you come if you don't even get to hear the name? All you get is a big, thick book. But, you know, you get what you pay for. Sometimes paying for the HBCU, it is worth it. So, if I had it to do over again, undergrad, HBCU. Graduate, you can go to Ivy League. Yay! Dr. Scott!
Dr. Scott.
Ellen! Ellen! Dr. Scott! Who is she talking to? Oh, she's talking to her. Congratulations to the, we do it again. One more time. Congratulations to the family. Yay! Everybody say, on the count of 3, say, go Dr. Scott. 1, 2, 3. Go Dr. Scott. Oh, I see these can't follow directions. These are graduates. I said on the count of 3, say, go Dr. Scott. Breaking the law, but this is the national anthem. You'd be in trouble. Aggie pride. Aggie pride. Y'all know about that right there. Ain't nothing like that Aggie blue. Y'all got blue, but it ain't that Aggie blue. Stronger than that Tar Heel blue. It's the Aggie blue. The Aggie pride. HBCU representing. Please believe. Ellen! I can't read lips, so I don't know what they're saying. Oh, well, she's gonna need a ride, so she got to meet me. No, I'm gonna tell her now. Ellen! 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 Sergeant Gates. Ellen! Dr. Scott! Professor Scott! It's the professor. She didn't respond to my text message when I texted her earlier. Ellen! Come here! Call me! She gotta go speak to everybody though. Say goodbye to all your friends. Ellen! Dr. Scott! E.C. Scott! Yay! Yay! E.C. Scott! Hey! Hey! Congratulations!
We have to bow now. Yes.
Hey, oh, hey. Yeah. Proud parents, any closing remarks?
Yes, I wish I hope she can find her diploma.
Very important.
Yes, yes. And she went back to find her diploma. Yes.
How do you feel today?
I'm very grateful, and
good.
We're not going to Disney World.
But we're going to eat, right?
We are going to eat.
Good.
Hi, Ellen. Congratulations.
Yes.
So glad we were able to make it here, and I hope we can make it out of here.
Yes.
And sorry we brought the snow.
She's right there.
This has been real fun. Congratulations.
The completion of her education. Can she walk and not fall with that stupid thing on her head?
Right.
And she
forgot. She got it.
And can she find her diploma after she left it?
Kai, any closing remarks, Kai?
It's really cold and now it's over, so I go back to the normal temperatures. I love Michigan. Very cold. The monkey suit. Very good job.
Ellen, any closing remarks?
I don't know. No. I'm speechless.
The Browns?
Hi. Your class at Friends Select.
Erin Carol Brown, and we have a daughter named Eliza who is graduating from the music school, and she was on the stage with the flag. Yeah, how are you? Look, it's been years since we've seen you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Same to you.
Where are you going next?
I have a postdoc at Penn.
Oh, okay. So you've been doing cool.
Yeah.
Eliza's applied for 40 places for graduate school, including Penn.
Okay.
So, but she really likes to be in Chicago. So
Yeah.
we're hoping in Chicago, not Penn.
No, it's finished.
It would be, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Nah.
Anyway. Yes, we'll do. She might. I mean, you all went to Friends Select.
Yes.
Yes.
How do you do?
80 feet of snow. Can't throw anything.
Can we get a picture of you?
Yeah.
Week on campus.
Oh wow, you haven't seen them since?
No. And my friend Tamara was right behind me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were watching you talk to all your friends. We were trying to read your lips to see what you were saying, but I had no luck.
When did you guys get here?
We got here probably about 2 o'clock.
Okay.
About 2, maybe 2:30.
Yeah.
Yeah. When the
For you guys.
yeah, we went and had to grab something to eat and
okay.
put our ties on and all that.
Okay.
And then I don't know how they got. I don't know what took them so long to get here. Yeah. Needless to say, we were here. We beat everybody. They were in the car
Just
before.
getting ready when we first here.
Yeah. Did you have plenty of time to get set up and all that?
Yeah, it was good. I was glad I got here when I did because it got really busy after that.
Yeah, it was. A lot of traffic was coming in.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of accidents. We were looking, riding around the city.
Yeah.
Did a little tour of Ann Arbor.
Did you?
Yeah, so we know everything now.
Okay.
Everything from South Industrial to South Main.
Alright, so next thing I'm going to know, you'll be getting your degree here too, right?
I wouldn't say that. Ann Arbor's a little bit cold for me,
Yeah, It's a little chilly. So my advisor was on the first row.
Okay, was that the person who gave you the
hood.
Okay, yeah. We saw you walking with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she came over and herded you. And what was her name?
Galen Stuhler.
What's her name?
Jalen Stuhler.
Galen Stuhler. Okay, all right. And then who were those other people's hands you shook? Do you remember?
No idea. I was like, okay, Green Lady and Mary Sue Coleman. She was the president of the university.
What were you thinking as you were crossing the stage? This is the B-roll footage,
I was thinking,
Extra features.
Yeah.
I don't know, I was just like, just shaking hand with the next person. Before I got on the stage, I asked the girl, I said, do I look okay? Is this arm right? She's like, she didn't think that was an appropriate question because she was trying to get my name for me so that they know how to pronounce it. Like, that's what the girl on the steps asked you. She asked you, like, how do you say your name?
Right.
So, she was like, she just seemed alarmed by that I even asked that, but it was so fast. They were rushing me down there with the hooding. They were like,
I saw you were moving you held up the line a little bit.
yeah, that's what they said.
How did it feel to be the hold up to make sure your name got out?
Well,
Did you hear anybody cheering? Did you hear us cheering for you?
Yes, I heard you. I heard you.
Everybody heard him cheering.
I had to make sure we heard Dr. Scott! Yeah!
I heard you. I definitely heard you. I didn't think Tamara's family was loud enough for her. But I wasn't together like by that time because I wanted to really cheer for Tamara, but she was right behind me. So.
Okay. All right. That's good.
But I don't think her dad is here. That might be why.
So, any shout outs you want to give to people? Thank yous?
To everybody, thank you.
Yeah.
To Eric for giving me a ride here. I don't know, to my advisor, thank you, I guess. No. Thank you. To Mary Sue Coleman, thank you for having a great university. She'll be looking at this, I'm sure. Let's see, who else? Just my whole family.
Okay.
Everybody, Russell.
Yeah.
Rachel's. Gabriel. I love you, Gabe.
Oh.
And you'll be next. Anyway, so that's it.
Yay! Signing off from here at University of Michigan, Ann Arbor. I'm going to sign off from. This is the sign off. Once again, we'll see you in a few. This is Alan, Eric, card from the dog.
We could make your celebration really, really exciting if only we were there. From Peanut, Brindle, Daisy, Maxie, and Zoe. All 5 dogs.
Where's the paw print?
Paw print. They don't do that.
They lick the envelope, huh?
They don't do that anymore. They do like this.
Oh, you taught them how to read and write now.
Exactly. It takes so long. I know, with my French beret.
Parlez-vous français? Oui, oui. Je m'appelle Ellie. Will you figure it out?
I was about to be totally impressed.
Did you get it?
Yes, I have my camera in the car. I said, there's no sense of me to bother. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. We got it.
You got it?
Yeah. You look surprised.
Who's this from?
It's from my mom and Maggie, right? And Diane.
Oh, wow. Oh, man. Woo. Wow. Thank you. Can you hold on to that?
This is very pretty. I'm going to send this around so other people can look at it.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. It won't come back. You don't know what type of crowd you got.
Derek, are you talking about yourself? There you go.
Nah, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about you. Oh, you gotta read the card, I guess. Who is this from?
On your graduation, now as you're looking back upon the happy years past, the many things you learned in school and friendships that will last, you are also looking forward to what future years will bring. May you find they'll always hold the best of everything. Congratulations. This is from my dad and Vanessa.
Aww. Hey.
So is this the pass?
Huh?
The pass?
Yes, it's on the pass.
Oh, I thought you said
Watching Steven.
what it was the past
The figment of your imagination.
I like
Mixed
that.
race in a global society.
That's a hot title. I like that.
Open it up.
Great. I'm like, I can't see because of all the flashes.
Oh, I got some more for that.
Erica's like, oh, okay.
So I'll pass this around too.
Yeah.
That one might be more likely to come back to me. And this is from,
Oh yeah, this is multitasking.
this is from Carolyn. Am I right? Okay. The road to fulfillment is navigated by the heart. It's taken by those who are willing to explore their options, pursue their dreams, and travel with winners. The road to fulfillment is designed to lead you where you were most meant to be.
I'll play it back for you.
This is from Carolyn.
Yay! I've had complaints about it before. Once you close your eyes and remember the moment. You're just listening to the audio anyway.
I got that at the pencil. Got duplicated.
Oh, okay. Got a big box here.
Yeah. They're heavier than pajamas.
You need a knife or something?
I'm like, how's this ripping?
Well, first off. glad I'm not having steak tonight.
Be careful about the comments and making sure you're carrying it.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
A lot of new books. I love these guys. I love these guys. No, I don't think I do. So this is well, you'll see, but it's Ossie Davis and BD. We're in one of the movies I analyzed in my dissertation.
Which movie was that?
That is No Way Out.
Yeah.
1950, Sidney Poitier's first film.
Cut my phone down.
Wow, I don't have this. But I like him. He goes to all the conferences. So, yeah.
Blair Underwood, that would be?
No, I wish.
You said he goes to all the conferences.
He goes to the author.
Oh, Marguerite.
I don't have that. Yeah, I don't have that.
I was about to say Blair Underwood at all your conferences?
Yeah, I wish. African American Century.
Don't have that?
Don't have this.
Wow. These are some good picks. Let me see that.
And this is Sidney Poitier's autobiography, or his more recent one.
Hold on. Oh, wow. Ooh. Oh, wow. Ooh. Ah. Ooh.
You can't do both.
Want to bet?
Well, thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Yay! Who, Harry Belafonte? Yeah, he does, but it's on. I don't have it on my phone. Yeah, I'll email you the link. I'll put it on the web and just email it to you. It's gonna be on Google.
Thank you all so much.
You want to give a speech? Lecture? You want to do a dissertation? You want to do a defense of your gifts?
One thing I don't want to go back to my, although it's easier than I thought it was, because my committee was so nice.
Oh yeah. Well, we could be a lot harsher.
No, I know you could. Well, no, Eric, you've always been supportive. I remember you coming to Atlanta and coming to my first presentation saying, no, what she meant was, don't talk to my cousin that way. Do you remember that?
Yeah, well, they kind of pissed me off. You know, I don't like the way they were treating you.
Like, she didn't mean that. She was trying to say, I'll never forget that. So I was like, no, like I always took that to me with me. The rest of the conferences, I was like, Eric's here, cheer me on.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Whatever you need. Give a holler to cousin Eric.
I know that's true.
Yeah.